All right, folks. I'm on to do hopefully a relatively quick one here. Um, the Phillips thread that hopefully can become all the rage here. I saw Dave show all his Phillips label stuff yesterday, and or was it the day before? But the challenge came from Alex uh, Diamond Marimba, and I thought, yeah, I like this idea in a sense. It's almost like a gimme 10, but with a major label. Though I have 17 here. I went through and tried to find as many as I could. I probably missed a couple, but yeah, I figured this is good enough. So I'm going to start with some few rock items. Uh, Probably the most famous record on Phillips in the U.S. Anyway, as far as rock goes, is the Blue Cheer stuff. This is their debut, and it's the only one I have of theirs. I've never really had a desire to get the other ones. I do have a Rhino compilation, Louder Than God, which is good enough for any of the other stuff. Yeah, classic here, Blue Cheer. Of course, Summertime Blues. The one I like a lot, just fuzzy as hell, is Doctor Please. So there's that. I'll show some of the labels as I get to them. And then uh, this is a really cool one. Dutch band, QB and the Blizzards, their debut album, Desolation. Yeah, I like this. Um, the singer, Harry Muskie, on this, I mean, he sings with all his might, but it's not over the top. There they are. Yeah, so let's see which one this is. This is a blue Phillips label there. And this is a Dutch pressing. Yeah, I really like this album. Uh, I don't have any of the other studio stuff. Cool photo. This is 1966. It's very bluesy. Some of it can get heavy for 1966. Yeah, QB and the Blizzards. The guitar player who plays the leads has a really nice sound. Ilko Gelling. Yeah. And the other one I have, this is an American pressing, QB and the Blizzards live. This one, yeah, it's been a while. From what I remember, I think maybe the recording isn't that great. But the thing with these guys, QB and the Blizzards, they seem to always do an Eddie Boyd song. They played with Eddie Boyd, and they're actually his backing band on at least one album in the late 60s. Yeah, QB and the Blizzards out of Holland. R&B, soul, Madeline Bell. I'm Gonna Make You Love Me. This is a great one. I love Madeline Bell. And this is on the U.S. Phillips label, and that's what that looks like. Madeline Bell, she sang backing on a lot of stuff. I think I first heard of her, saw her name on a Humble Pie record way back. Yeah, Madeline Bell. This is an interesting album. Songs of the Ghetto. Years of Despair sung in Yiddish by Sarah Gorby. I don't know much about Sarah Gorby, but this is all traditional Yiddish songs, or maybe not all of them. But there's orchestration. She sings in Yiddish, and the booklet that is attached to the gatefold is, got some notes, but it also has the lyrics in English and Yiddish. In the beginning of here, the years 1939 to 1945 sear the memory of all mankind. No memory can be more poignant than the monumental tragedy of the ghetto. This album commemorates the power of the human spirit to endure. Yeah, heavy stuff here. Sarah Gorby. Yeah, if anyone comes across this, it's worth picking up. It's pretty cheap, I'm sure. And this is an interesting one. I came across, I have no idea who or what this Blanker was at the time, but it's either the band or what this guy, Dieter Geik, goes by, Blanker. And I saw this many years ago, really cheap, and I got it because there's a short version of Aaron Wes, Concerto de Aaron Wes, by Rodrigo, and he doesn't say exactly, I think it's the Adagio part, which to me is the best part. And there he is, Dieter Geike, or Blanker, and I wouldn't normally get an album with a guy who's smiling like that, but because of that song and some of the other songs, he does Ravel's Pavane and his own, like these song titles, Sidewalk Cafe, and another song of his called Emily. Yeah, pretty good. He plays this slide. I think he like built it himself. And you can see he's in that room full of guitars, and he's got this slide on his lap. It's a 12-string, I think, pedal steel slide. And there's also electric piano, bass drums, vibraphone, some horns, synthesizer. This is from 1980. And this is a German pressing, also on the blue label. Yeah, pretty cool. It's the only thing I have of his. He has a bunch of stuff. He came out with 6 or 7 albums in a row, starting in 80, and maybe even into the 90s. And I had a hard time finding some jazz. I was surprised and a little disappointed. I only have one album on the Philips label that's jazz. This Klaus Doldinger, Dig Doldinger. I think this is a U.S. reissue of an album called Jazz from Germany, or Jazz Made in Germany. And this is an organ combo with, doesn't it have the lineup? Yeah, Doldinger on tenor, Ingfried Hoffmann organ, Helmut Kandelberger bass, and Klaus Weiss drums, recorded January 1963. Yeah, they do some originals, and like the great Song of Delilah, which Clifford Brown, Max Roach did a killer version, some Monk, Well You Needn't, Stars Fell on Alabama. Yeah, pretty cool. But my only jazz on Philips. And then what we're listening to in the background is this contemporary music from Norway. Solo piano, pianist Einar Steen Nokleberg, and he does songs by Bjorn Fongard, Edvard Hagerbruch. I know I'm really butchering this. And Harold Savrund, 1978. Yeah, I like this stuff. Maybe Chris Kibler can do Philips label video all solo piano. And then this series on the Philips imported from Europe sticker on them. Heinz Hollinger plays the music by Berio, Castiglione, Holliger, Huber, Krenek, and Lehman. And this is the red Philips label. Yeah, this one's cool. It has an inner sleeve with some of the other titles you can find. But yeah, this is a nice series in which I have 3. This Lutosławski, Witold Lutosławski Concerto pour Orchestra, Musique Funèbre, and Jeux Venetiens, Orchestra National Warsaw Philharmonic, conducted by Witold Rowicki. And they all have some nice covers like this. I don't know how many are in this series. I'm really not sure. Like I said, I have 3, and they all have that red label. And this one, Berio, Luciano Berio, with Kathy Barbarian on voice. Heinz Hollinger plays oboe. I forgot to say, he's an oboe player. Really nice sound. And the Juilliard Ensemble with some flute, clarinet, viola, alto, harp, piano, violin. Yeah, really cool stuff. I think these were coming out in the early 70s, contemporary stuff. And Dave showed the Xenakis of this. I have the percussions of Strasbourg with Siraki, Continuum, Silvestrov, Mysteries, and Puig. Provisoire Agglomerat. The silver foil cover. They are great percussion music. This is a green label, Philips. And I have another one of these, but it's not this. It's not on the Philips label. It's a US version on Limelight with a totally different cover. So that's a Limelight label. Dave also showed a Penderecki. I can't remember which one. This one is Auschwitz Oratorio, Polymorphia, and De Natura Sonoris. Let's get rid of that glare. Can I do this? I feel like I can never get this done in a timely manner. Another sleeve with other selections. This is heavy stuff, man. The Auschwitz Oratorio. And a couple more here. Dvorak Symphony No. 9, Song of the New World. Conducted by Colin Davis out of Amsterdam. Another import from Europe, sticker, red label. And this is Pepe Romero and the Academy of St. Martin in the Fields, conducted by Neville Mariner, doing Giuliani, guitar concerto. I think most of these are Dutch pressings I have. Yeah, made in the Netherlands. Yeah, cool full two-sider of a concerto. And this other one is Pepe Romero doing Concerto de Aranjuez by Rodrigo. And this is a Japanese pressing. What's the label? Red label. This one playing is a blue label. And I really don't have a whole lot of Brazilian records, and the bulk of them are made up of Baden Powell records. But I don't really, this is the only Baden Powell I have on Philips. A lot of them I have are either on Barclay or Festival. This is a blue label. Odelay. Baden Powell is one of my favorite musicians ever of any type of music. I probably don't talk about him that much. But this album is the same. I didn't realize it when I got this. But I had a feeling because the song titles were familiar. But these are the same albums. This is on MPS, US. This is on Philips. This is a Brazilian copy. And yeah, maybe I'll do a video on Baden Powell. The last one, not sure if it'll count, but it's Jorge Ben, Africa, Brazil. This is a 2000, this is a reissue from like maybe 8 years ago. It's originally on Philips, but this is on the Polysom reissue label, and the actual label of the record doesn't show Philips at all. It shows this Polysom, so I'm including this, but last. And I love this album. Yeah, 1976. And I only have one other Jorge Ben, and that's Best Of. It's a pretty good one, too. I think that's on Island. So, yeah, some Philips label. We'll see what's next. I'm actually feeling a little motivated, so stay tuned. All right, everyone take care.